In this week's parasha, we have the mitzvah of Hava'at Bikurim Mikra Bikurim, to bring the first fruits to the temple and there to read a declaration of thanks to Hashem. In this declaration, the farmer comes with his first fruits, he brings them in a basket, he decorates them. It was a beautiful procession, and he says, Hashem, I've come before you today. I want to thank you for everything you've done for the Jewish people since the early days, since the days of our forefather Jacob, who was persecuted by Lavan and went down to Egypt. And there we were persecuted by the Egyptians, and you saved us, and you brought us to this land, this good land. And here I've come before you, and I'm bringing my bikurim, I'm bringing my first fruits. And the Talmud says that this declaration had to be made in Hebrew. And when people would come, there were people who were unlearned, people who didn't really know Hebrew, or couldn't even read Hebrew. And they would struggle along, and it would be difficult, and they couldn't really say it. And so what the Kohanim would do is they would dictate it to them word for word. But they felt embarrassed. They felt ashamed. There were people who were coming who could say it fluently, and there were others who had to be dictated to. So the Talmud tells us that something terrible happened. People stopped coming with their first fruits. They just stopped coming because they were so embarrassed that they couldn't say this entire passage, that they just didn't come. So the sages said, we have to solve this. And they came up with a solution. The solution was, everybody who comes has to be dictated to. No matter how learned you were, everybody was treated exactly the same way. That the Kohanim would say word for word, and the person would repeat it. And once this is what everybody had to do, nobody felt ashamed anymore. We have a similar law when it comes to marriage. At a wedding, the groom has to say to the bride, Harei at mekudeshet li, behold, you are betrothed to me with this ring according to the law of Moses and Israel. And the commentators say that there are some grooms who don't know how to say Hebrew, and it's difficult for them. So therefore the rabbi is going to dictate it to them word for word. And therefore the custom has come that for all grooms, even the learned ones, even those who know it fluently, we dictate it to them so that nobody feels ashamed whatsoever. There's a sensitivity that the halakha here is teaching us. And it's not just a sensitivity, but if we don't do it, we could actually prevent people from doing mitzvot. We live in a generation with incredible illiteracy. People don't know about Judaism. They come to shul, they don't know about Hebrew, they don't know what to do. We have to make sure that people like that don't feel ashamed, to provide Sidurim with a great English translation, maybe to announce the pages, to help people along, that they feel that they're a part of it, that they don't feel ashamed. There are people, they're so frightened to receive an aliyah to the Torah because they can't say the brachot. Well, this is easily solved. Just have the brachot there on the bimah, transliterated into English so that they can read it. There's so much that we can do, but we have to have the sensitivity. Don't embarrass somebody, especially not in public, but make it feasible, make it easy for them to do the mitzvot. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.